Would you lay with me in a field of stone if my needs were strong? Would you lay with me? Should my lips grow dry, would you wet them, dear, in the midnight hour? Should my lips grow dry, would you go away to another land, walk 1,000 miles through the burning sand, wipe the blood away from my dying hand, if I give myself to you?
Will you bathe with me in the stream of light when the moon is full? Will you bathe with me? Will you love me now when I'm down and out in my time of trial? Will you stand by me? Would you go away to another land?
Walk 1,000 miles through the burning sand and wipe the blood away from my dying hand.
If I give myself to you,
Now would you lay with me in a field of stone if my needs were strong? Would you lay?
Good morning. I'm here.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Happy Monday to you all. Welcome to the IRONWORX right here on freeworld.fm. You can also find us over on YouTube and Rumble as well. Yeah, we're kicking off another week. It's a week. Morning, fellas. How you doing?
Howdy.
Oh, come on.
There he is. Sort of. Fucking Skype.
Can you hear me?
Well, sort of. We hear that you're there. You're a little muffled.
I'll be back.
All right. We'll be here. We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, we're here. Waking up.
Sort of.
Yeah, I slept heavy last night. I don't know. It's nice.
I was up at 2 a.m. again this morning for no particular reason.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I was up at 2 a.m. yesterday, too. Although bunnies were thumping, so that's what woke me up at 2 a.m. Not quite sure why.
Because it used to be 3 a.m.
You think that's why the bunnies thump?
I know that's why my cats come be looking to get fed an hour earlier than they're supposed to, quote unquote, because they know what fucking time it is. Their body says, yeah, it's time to eat. I don't care what that fucking idiot box you're looking at says, but it's time to eat. So instead of 5:30 now, I'm doing it at 5, trying to cut it like in half. So, because it makes sense to fuck the time up that you use to control your day, and it makes sense to me anyway. Hey, let's do it. Let's all do it. Why not?
Well, don't want to play fast and loose with all that sunlight. You got to conserve it, don't you know? Got to save that daylight.
It's like Doritos. They'll make more.
Or like Lay's potato chips.
Well,
nobody can eat just one.
Something like that.
Or Cheetos. It ain't easy being cheesy.
Wow.
Fucking something.
Dude. We're getting plugs in. Getting all that big money today. What's up, man?
You see what RFK has been talking about?
No. What has he been talking about?
Last I heard was fluoride.
Fluoride, the little pricks that they love to give to children all the time. He's talking about regulating all kinds of stuff. Pretty much gutting the
Does
FDA.
anybody remember a few years ago when there was this whole consensus that it was over and done for satanic Hollywood and pedophilia fuckers left and right, and like all that was coming to an end because Daddy was in the office and he was going to fix it all.
Drain the swamp.
Draining it. And yet somehow, I know it's hard to believe that politicians didn't do what they say they were going to do because they headed into office. But, and now here we are again with all these amazing
this is different. This is
changes.
stuff that's always been taboo to attack and even say anything about. This isn't, I'm going to lower your taxes and this and that. Yeah, we hear all that kind of shit all the time. We don't hear them ever saying, well, we're going to take the fluoride out of water because it's dangerous. That's different. Not saying that's going to happen. Not getting excited about it, but it's neat that they're actually saying it, at least.
What are the odds they just
we just fucked
boost?
Regina up. Did you see it, chat? She has now figured out with listening to us that politicians are like, I love you, lady. What's up, Chilling? I missed you somehow. Let me type your name in there. Oh, hey, baby. You coming to see me early. Goodness. What are you doing here already? Besides messing up my keyboard. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Sorry. Ripley is here early. Rippleton. What's up, girlfriend? I'll show y'all here in a second as soon as I can get back to the call and make that happen. Sorry, Rye Bread. We didn't mean to step on your Trump toes.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not buying into the Kool-Aid or anything. It's just neat to hear them say that kind of stuff.
What threw me off was... Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I was just going to say that even 4 years ago, they wouldn't have said that.
Well, even RFK threw me off a little bit, talking about those little pricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not... Because you would have figured if what they're looking for is division, he's just come out and say, well, we're going to get rid of all of them just to get all the people that advocate for little pricks. All in a tizzy. Oh my God, you can't take away our little pricks. Then make everybody else say, yeah, you're going to take away all those little pricks. What he came out and says was, look, I'm not telling you can't. I'm just telling you shouldn't have to. And that messed me up. I'm like, well, who talks like that in politics?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a smart politician. I'll give him that. RFK, he knows how to read a room.
They probably got a whole list of instructions written on the inside of the family Bible. Here's how to do your politicking.
I can't find any articles. Cami had found one. One of the ladies up on the ISS is losing weight dramatically. You can see it in her face. Quit giving her Ozempic.
Exactly. Who knows what the fuck they're shipping up there?
Yeah, she's just starting to look like a skeleton, and they can't fit because you got to eat 5,000 calories a day to keep your weight up in space because they're so active up there. Shut up. 5,000 calories a day.
Why would exercise even be a thing then? Like, why would they feel a need to exercise at all? If they've already got to take on an additional 3,000 calories every day just to keep up with the demand for their caloric intake, really? They're burning that many calories?
Right. Well, they're doing science so hard up there, Josh. They're sciencing hard.
That's true. Guess there's that.
Oh, jeez. I can't find it. Yeah, she's looking rough. It's like, well, then wouldn't you just send her home? Like, wouldn't that be the thing to do?
Unless they're trapped up there. If they're trapped and they're just fucked, you know.
Well, the guys just jump in the pool and go get them. It can't be that far of a swim up to the surface.
Just paddle the dinghy out there. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I've been watching. Now they got new reasons why they're finding all these redheaded mummies and stuff in the Americas and Polynesia and places like that. Saying they were a different species than human that did all this traveling. Came out of like the Persia area.
So non-human? Non-human
Yeah,
ginger mummies is what you're telling me? We got alien gingers.
Yeah, they were like one of the species walking around with humans before humans spread and took over the whole earth. Right.
They were bipedal though, and happened to have the exact same skeleton as the humans, even though they're
pretty much
a whole nother species.
Uh-huh. Cool story. But yeah, they're finding out all this stuff with all this DNA research that's being done, which I don't even know how accurate that is. But it's telling them that like these people have all their DNA is found throughout all these. So they must have mixed with humans at one time. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, their stories are having to change now. Because the DNA is saying, well,
6:3. Sons of God saw the daughters of man and saw that they were beautiful. Took them as wives.
yeah, they're not saying these
Oh,
people
wait,
are...
was I unmuted during all that? Sorry, I was just...
We're breaking
Darn
out,
cat.
break it out in a Walter sermon.
Reverend Walter.
Actually, it's preacher. That's what they used to call.
I was thinking
Mike, what's up?
Cries of the Carrots. I haven't seen Joe Biden lately either.
Well, once they turned off that brain wave they had aimed at his head and he could function and talk again, that dude's living life now. He's probably doing all the stuff you see on those commercials for the old ladies and the dudes that are doing some new drug that's got them all excited about life and they're outside doing shuffleball. You know, the old people stuff that's fun.
All right.
But I just, going by the last speech I saw him do. That was Haley, actually. My daughter sent that to me 2 days ago, yesterday, 3 days ago, I don't know. Over the weekend, at some point, she was like, apparently turned off Biden's mind control as soon as he lost. Because we'll listen to him speak normally, more articulate than me right now, apparently, this early in the morning.
I'm just glad he made it. Knock on wood.
Yeah, wasn't good odds.
Yeah, he was just looking rough there those last few years. I mean, I couldn't believe that he got it in 2020. Because you could already see it kind of start creeping in. And they hit it all right, kind of, sort of, for about a year maybe. But then the gaffes just started popping up like one after, like every time he spoke. It started getting real bad and noticeable. Yeah,
I heard rumors that those last few days before the election was him sort of sabotaging. Like she'd go out to speak and then he'd go out and do a rally somewhere and he'd speak to sort of say some stupid shit and draw the attention away from her right before the end. It was a whole thing. They were trying to get him not to say anything and he just wouldn't shut the fuck up. So I wonder now if he's sounding so coherent because they just decided to pull the real Joe Biden off the shelf and prop up the dummy.
Dust him off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you just go sit down, Joe? We'll bring out your doppelganger and we'll let him finish it out. That way we can control what the hell he's going to say and how he says it.
Yeah, I could see him having a little bit of, being a little bit upset about how it all went down there, how he was kind of outed.
Oh, yeah. And then just to have nobody vote at the primary, just to hand it to her on a silver platter. Like, here you go. You did fuck all. You deserve it.
And how out of touch can you be? They spent $1 billion with a B trying to give out free concerts with all these celebrity singers and all this stuff like that, and all these celebrity endorsements and all that. But when you pay for it, it doesn't come off as genuine.
Like sex.
Yeah. You have Cardi B come out there and just make a fool of herself because the teleprompter's not working.
I don't really know why it is you should vote for her because the teleprompter's not telling me why. So let me just check my phone and I'll read it here from my phone. It'll be cool.
$1 billion was spent on all that nonsense. That's just crazy to me.
She's in debt now, I heard, too.
Like 20 million. Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. Still, not a strong case for economic policies.
No. Trump is already speaking with Putin.
I thought they used to hang out already. Used to go riding horses shirtless together and fix each other's hair, paint each other's nails. I mean, I thought they hung out. Everybody's.
Right. Blackmailing Hunter Biden, all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, but did you see all the different world leaders saying this is the end of the new world order?
No, I didn't see that. Interesting.
So this is the end of that one and the start of this one? Is that what they're saying?
Yes, it's the end of the new world order and the beginning of the new world order.
The new world order.
Well, I mean, just like the moon, I think it'll be a mini world order, or it could be a dust world order. I'm trying to figure out. I'm using science here. I know it's hard.
It's the new world order.
I think you got it, Josh.
Good to know. It's good to know that now all the world leaders are telling us that Donald Trump's going to drain the global swamp.
This guy said he moved his family to Puerto Rico for a job. They were miserable, and we returned to Pennsylvania after just a year. I could see, I mean, like, my mom, I don't think she could live down here. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that she doesn't get to see snow. Like, she can't fathom that idea that it doesn't snow. And that's a big difference. Pennsylvania to Puerto Rico. That's a lot more drastic than even, Indiana to South Carolina.
Did it say what his job was? I feel like he was not expecting a culture shock. And when he experienced one, it was just too much.
Yeah, they were rationing water, like when they first got there. Turned on the faucet in the kitchen and no water came out. Asked his neighbor if he knew of any issues. He told him that the island was experiencing its worst drought in decades and water was being rationed. Oh, excuse me.
So he went to Puerto Rico and just couldn't quite accept the fact that Puerto Rico isn't like America.
Yeah, and then they, instead of putting her daughter in school there, they put her in an online high school program because she didn't speak Spanish. So she'll learn. That's the best way to learn another language, is to get thrown into it. Especially the younger you are, the easier it is, I hear.
And it doesn't. And mom and dad aren't willing to step up and accept responsibility for the fact that they didn't bother to teach their daughter Spanish before they moved to fucking Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Whatever.
On TV, everybody talks English. Now, come on, Josh. What do you expect? Unless you're like in a particular market where your commercials are in Spanish, and and you get both.
And they're complaining about the fact that they felt so isolated because they just stayed at home and didn't go out, and all their friends were back on the mainland. You go out and you make some new friends in this new place that you live. You decided to move, not just down the street or a few cities over or the next county over. You moved out of the continental United States from Pennsylvania. Like you were moving to a totally new area. You're going to have to meet some new people. Yeah, I don't know what people expect. Now we undermined how important community was and how difficult it could be to adapt to a new place, especially one I'm not sure we researched enough. It sounds like Liz did more research just coming over here to visit than they did to move to this place.
I think she did more research flying into fucking Atlanta than they did. All of Puerto Rico.
Oh, we realized they speak Spanish when we got down here. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, I don't get that stuff. I heard Puerto Rico's beautiful. I had a buddy from there, and they used to go back. I think his mom went back every year, and then he quit going back so much because of work and whatnot as he got older, but he used to go when he was younger. And it's the same as everywhere else on Earth. You have nice parts and bad parts, and you're going to find nice people there, and you're going to find bad people there, and yeah, and people, they live, they get along. But to think you were going to just, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to drop here in chat real quick. I'm going to drop kind of share it. I'm having trouble. It's a little MST3K short called Progress Island, USA. And it's all about the wonderful land, the mecca of culture that is Puerto Rico. Enjoy. One of my favorite shorts, actually.
Big shout out.
Of course, I'm one of those who really loves their shorts. What? Go ahead.
I was just saying big shout out to Unintended Consequences, the great Baldini there in chat.
Hey, Baldini.
Hope you are feeling adequate at this point.
Hashtag no span, no pants.
Hashtag follicularly challenged.
So it looks like we do.
I'm beginning to think something's wrong with my computer because I haven't seen a new chat pop up in quite a few minutes. Are y'all having trouble with the YouTube chat? Anybody else?
Negative Ghost
Like
Rider.
I didn't know Baldini was here at all.
I see Liz saying hi to TGB.
Yeah, no, see, all that's not there yet. What the fuck? And I've hit live 3 times just to make sure it's not like stuck and it's where
mine's
it
still
should
marked
be.
as top.
So,
Not
don't know.
live.
No, my chat doesn't. It's like on a delay now. I'll hit something.
Is that
and
what's
then
going
it
on?
takes 3-4 seconds for my comment to
That
pop
may
up.
be what it is. Yeah, that may be what's going on my end then. Oh, no, it all just popped up. I knew that was what was going to happen. Like, suddenly, all of it would be there.
Oh, shit, he noticed. Refresh.
Right.
But yeah, we did it.
We did done do it, I reckon. So let's take a little break. I did see a couple of song requests in there, or at least in here, I say, in this call. Big shout out to Rico. Stick around. We'll be back right after this short little break. Musical interlude, if you will.
When people whisper, it makes her nervous. from the airport, he dressed in most letters. Several days I just might prove worth it. So after all, they let you decide. After all, they let you Anyway, walk the wire, walk the line. When people whisper, it makes them nervous. And it's so from the airport, he dressed in most letters. Several days too late to unearth that. So after all, they let you decide.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
And welcome back. Second half of the first half of the Ironworks kicking off right now. That was definitely a song to wake up to, as requested by Rico.
It appears that people leaving California and moving to Florida are falling into a rude awakening.
This sounds like a Puerto Rico story to me.
Yeah, they didn't really. That's one thing that is so different when you go out west, is the rainfall. Like, you go from California, which gets, like, they're saying, depending on which part of California, from about 23, 24 inches a year of rain. And then you go to Florida, and you easily double that. It's like 54 on average per year. And there's some places where I knew when we were down in Orlando during the summertime, it was like every day it rained for like a half hour. Every day in the afternoon, at one point or another, a shower would go by. And you're not going to see all the celebrities that you used to see out there. And a lot less rude celebrities, they say. Humidity. Like, Jaron still has issues with the humidity here in South Carolina. Yeah, they're saying get used to saying it's not the heat, it's the humidity. But I guess the cost of living in Florida is significantly lower than many, many other states. I didn't know that.
I think that if the way they factor cost of living may exclude a few things you find in Florida that you would have to add to it in other places.
Yeah.
Like insurance, things like that tend to skyrocket there in Florida that you might not have nearly the sort of prices you would say in Missouri.
Well, I will say this. In 79, I'm old as fuck, when we moved to Miami, Florida, we were quite shocked at how not increased our cost of living became, because we assumed moving from a little, small, central Mississippi town to a big Miami city, everything would just be ridiculously priced. And it actually was so not that way that we were able to, like, live a little differently than we did in Mississippi. And I know a lot of that had to do with access to certain places and things we didn't have access to generally in Mississippi. But the cost of living in the 80s that we stayed till like 84, I think was when we moved out, 84, 85. No, 82, 83. Anyway, it definitely was not, then it wasn't overly insane like we thought it was going to be. Now, how that has stayed that way all these years, I have no clue. This is everybody's high on the cocaine. I don't know.
But you say that, and I remember once upon a time, and maybe if Andrew B pops in at some point this morning, then we can ask him. He may know better, but like I've always known San Francisco to be pretty high cost of living. But if you just go a couple hours east, even in California still, like there around Chico is where my ex-wife used to live once upon a time. And once upon a time, we had plans on moving out there. It was like right after my son was born, a couple decades ago. But I remember the cost of living there in Chico not being terribly much higher than it was here in Missouri. See, then again, I still think they're not accounting for things like taxes. I don't know. I'm quite confident that Florida has a lower cost of living than does California, but I still don't see it as terribly low. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know nothing about nothing. Not one damn thing do I know.
And then it goes on to say, you got to learn about hurricanes. You know, you don't have the snow, but you got to keep an eye on things like flooding, tornadoes, storm surge. And you may have to pack up and leave for a few days on occasion.
So from information I just Googled, because, you know, that's what you do these days, it looks like that in the 2024 year we're in, the cost of living index puts Mississippi at one of the lowest, as well as Kansas, Alabama. That's the three lowest. The states with the highest cost of living index are Hawaii, New York, and California. And then there's a big list of 51 states. Those bears at 51 states. I guess they're including Puerto Rico here. I don't know. What's the extra state? I got to find it.
I got to know what they're considering a state now.
I got to find the extra state. I'm looking through the list. Oh, the District of Columbia. Fuckers. I went to the P's first, and there was no Puerto Rico, so
definitely not a state.
Yeah, definitely. Not even a part of the U.S., right?
Correct. Way I understand
Anyway,
it.
if you want that list, I'll send it to y'all. I'm not going to sit here and recite state by state cost of living numbers. Here we go. I'll drop it for you in chat. And in chat. And also in chat. Completely forgot how much Flip Wilson used to do cross-dress humor. Is that random or what?
That was pretty fucking random.
Well, I saw Flip Flat show up in chat, and the first thing I was going to call him was Flip Wilson, and so I didn't. And then I went and did a gift search for Flip Wilson, and all his gifts are him cross-dressing a character. And I completely have forgotten all that. If y'all don't know who Flip Wilson is, it's because you're not as old as I am. Here come the judge.
Come to judge. Here come the judge. So it looks like Apple is ending production of their Vision Pro.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck is a Vision Pro?
That's those...
The camera?
No, augmented reality goggles.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've used it. Jaron has one. They're saying, it was pricey, and it really wasn't designed to be mass marketed because of the price. But it looks like they're going to be putting out a new one that's only $2,300.
Whew.
Yeah.
What
so
are
they're hoping to sell some more of those.
Now that Trump is president.
Yeah. No, it's really, they're just way overpriced for what, it's the beginning of the tech, kind of, as far as giving it out to the public. I know they've had it for decades and whatnot. And it's so small that they can put it into your eye, like a contact lens. But these are big, giant goggles that have some weight to them, and yeah, they're just big and bulky, and they're for like the super nerds to play with. But yeah, normal people aren't going to go spending that kind of money for these things. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, they're stopping production. They've got like 600,000 of them sitting around. They're like, oh, okay, that's enough. We've made enough of these. And they had great sales at the beginning. Like a lot of new tech that comes out. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to take off. Not with that price tag.
Remember when something new would launch and all the versions before it would go on like really crazy low sale? Remember that? Go try to buy a new Switch, knowing the Switch 2 is coming out. Or try to go buy an Amp 2 a Spark 2 from Positive Grid. I'm sorry. Go try to get a Spark now that Spark 2 is coming out from Positive Grid. Anyway, yeah, that whole thing of it lowering the price of the old generations, that don't happen anymore. Not for the good stuff, anyway.
Thing of the past. Yeah, I always loved it when a new game console was coming out, because that means all the old games were going to be
right. Exactly. All the games, all the systems, yeah, that just don't work like that.
And it seems like when companies do this, Atari had this issue back in the day. I think they had the first 64 gaming system. But it was like $700 or $800 for the thing back in the 80s. Or maybe it was the mid-90s, something like that. What is it, Jaguar? The Atari Jaguar?
Dude, I wanted that system so bad for one game. And one game only. That was the Alien. What? Wait, what?
It was so expensive.
That's why we never got it. It was like we had almost every system out there when they were coming up, when we were coming up, but we didn't get that one because it was way too pricey. But I wanted it for that fucking Alien game so bad.
Sega started following their lead with their, like the Sega Saturn was way more expensive. And then they had a thing for the Sega, like you could add on to it or an additional thing, and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, those systems never make it, ever. It's almost better to make a cheaper product and just sell a bunch more of them. Because those are the ones that are going to stick around for the years and years and years. Is Atari?
These are the graphics I was cream dreaming for. It's so nuts how bad that looks now. But back then, that was like beyond anything that was in your living room. This was like next to like, that's real. The aliens look real. And now it just looks like a bunch of pixels. Oh, how jaded our little eyes get.
But that was a huge step up from Zelda right there.
Oh, big time. That's what I'm saying. At the time, it was like, oh my God, it's like a real movie. And now it's like, wait, what? What are we doing?
I tried to go back and look at some of those games. Dude, it's so hard to play them now with my new video game eyes.
I know.
Like 8-bit just looks so... Like you don't know what things are. It's weird. It's like I lost my imagination for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like that blob doesn't look like.
Well, that's what they were doing. They were trying their best to kill our fucking imagination. When I could make that square going to that haunted house be the baddest fucking shit I ever played in my life. That was imagination. Now I'm like sitting around going, okay, where's the next jump scare? Okay, where's the next jump scare? Oh, there it is. You know, it's like so different now.
Could you imagine kids today trying to play a text-based video game?
You got dysentery and died.
The Oregon Trail.
Oh, God. Or throw a Leisure Suit Larry at them, they wouldn't know their head would explode.
We used to play those on DOS. The Oregon Trail, and then there was a drag racing game. I forget what it was called. That was my favorite one. You had to like tune your car.
There was a crazy... I never saw that one. There was a crazy never-ending story text-based game, and it would start with the song from the movie. And I'd be like, what? All pumped up as the song played, and you'd start typing. Like, oh, this is not nearly what I want it to be.
What? More over plastics. Revolutionary soft, sustainable materials set to transform medical devices and wearable tech. What now? Biodegradable structures have the potential to transform energy, information, technology, and advanced medicine.
Sorry, I'm still flashing back to Never Ending Story. This was the game right here. I remember that fucking scene right there. All right, I'll stop. You go ahead. Oh my God.
So now they're making a material, it's using peptides and a snippet of the large molecules in plastic. Scientists have developed materials made of tiny, flexible, nano-sized ribbons that can be charged just like a battery to store energy or record digital information. Highly energy efficient, biocompatible, and made from sustainable materials. The system could give rise to new types of ultralight electronic devices. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we've heard stuff like this before. We'll see what happens. You gotta always check out the bottom line, you know. People paid a lot of money to get these people into office, and they owe a lot of favors. Any new technology that might step on one of their toes might get, you know, lost for a while.
I heard a rumor once upon a, well, this was just the other day, I heard it actually, that the rumor was that once upon a time, or maybe even still in effect, that the patent office had some sort of directive that was handed down that any sort of free energy gets flagged and rejected immediately.
Mm-hmm. There's over 600. What's it called? Hidden patents are inventions that are subject to secrecy orders, which are issued by the U.S. government to restrict the disclosure of sensitive information. They can use secrecy orders to withhold the grant of a patent, restrict the export of the invention, classify the invention, requiring secure storage and prohibiting disclosure, limit the filing of foreign patents. The Secrecy Act, the Invention Secrecy Act of 1952. As of the end of 2023, which I didn't hear this number before, I thought it was 600. There were 6,155 secrecy orders in effect. An inventor can receive 75% of the value of their restricted idea from the government, but it can be difficult to prove they suffered damages. Inventions that are subject to secrecy orders are not published, and the information about them can remain secret for the life of the patent. However, in some cases, the government may decide to declassify a secret invention before the patent expires.
And that's how you suppress technology.
And I'm sure most countries have something like this, because they all have politicians, and those politicians all have rich friends that might stand to lose money if free energy or an engine that ran on water or all these other things that, you know, people have claimed to have done. Yep, that stuff will never come out. Ugh, it's so frustrating. I didn't know it was that many.
It has been infuriating. But just imagine if the technology that we used, if we truly understood it the way they understood it when it was invented by the people that invented it, we could just create these mass dangerous weapons that would either kill ourselves or kill our neighbors or blow up the damn town with. They figure, well, we just got to not allow that. So what we'll do is we'll just eke out a little bit of this technology, and then we'll brainwash them on the way that it works, so they'll never think to look on how to really use it. Because if they did, they'd figure out how to destroy us all or destroy themselves. I mean, it's the same shit that Tesla had to go through, right? Only because his particular electricity wasn't chosen, there was just less attention paid to it. But even now, the people that do really pay attention to it can figure out how to make these crazy weapons, whether it'll bring down the damn apartment building and a bridge or help clean up radiation in the ocean by way of a giant ray gun.
It's crazy. I mean, I get acts of, you know, things that are gonna be used for war or this or that, or even could be. But I'd almost guarantee there's things out there that are being suppressed just for the economic turmoil that it would cause, right? Well, turmoil for who? The people who own the oil companies? Yeah, I'm sure it would. They wouldn't make $100 billion this year. They'd only make $50 billion.
Well,
who freaking who?
Trickle-down economics works the way shit rolls downhill. I mean, if the man at the top ain't making his $500 billion, well, guaranteed he's going to make as much as he fucking can because, you know, he got bills to pay too. And that just means everybody gets fired or they close shit down or prices just skyrocket necessarily.
Just don't understand that how some people have the audacity to be like, well, I deserve $10 million this year with a $2 million bonus for sitting in an office. I just can't fathom that. That would feel gross to get paid that much money. Just saying.
Gross me out.
Yeah, as being someone who's, you know, worked manual labor most of his life for a living, the idea of getting paid that much to really not do a whole lot, it just irks me. It wouldn't feel right. So now they're finding that chimpanzees' task performance changes when observed by humans. Just like the double slit experiment.
I couldn't unmute quick enough. I was going to say, are they waves or are they dots?
They just sit around talking to each other, smoking cigarettes, doing their thing, you know, philosophizing, talking religion until the humans come. And they're just throwing shit at each other, eating nanners like it's cool.
It says their performance on computer tasks improved on difficult tasks with larger human audiences, but declined on the simpler ones. This phenomena, known as the audience effect, was previously thought to be unique to humans and linked to reputation.
Guitar players especially.
So even the chimpanzees, you know, maybe if we just sat there and watched them, they'd get that Shakespeare play written a lot faster. Huh. They've caught 25 of the 43 monkeys so far. I saw yesterday.
They're getting there, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, not the best record.
No. I'm still waiting for like the movie Outbreak to start because of this or something.
Well, they're too young, don't you know? That's how diseases work.
Too young to share diseases.
And where did this happen at? I cannot imagine it's this hard to hunt down monkeys. Where did this happen?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. You mean to tell me there's nobody in South Carolina knows how to hunt down a fucking human being? Because I'm sure a monkey is going to be a hell of a lot easier. But let's just, I mean, it can't be that fucking hard, can it?
You wouldn't think so.
Speaking of South Carolina, oh, well, hell, it's break time. But like, I didn't know there was apparently a ginseng underground criminal ring in the Appalachian area. What's anybody else know anything about that?
I feel like I've heard of this,
I had
actually.
no clue.
I think I've heard of this.
Wait, what?
Money. Big money.
I had no clue about it, because I mean, I used to take ginseng as one of my daily things just back in the day. All the time I would take 15 or 25 things. I just got tired of swallowing all that crap. So I haven't really looked at ginseng in any significant way in probably 10 years. But you used to could just buy little vials of it at the corner store, literally, on the way to the casino to go to work, because that's what I would do. Yeah, she's watching something. I walked in there and I'm like, what the hell are you, what is all this? I keep hearing beep, beep, every word was cussing. And I'm like, what are you watching? She's like, I don't know. It's the craziest shit I ever saw. And so she turned it on and I started realizing what was happening. I'm like, what? I'm going to have to ask Zack and him about this one. Never heard of such a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Like bootlegging in Kentucky almost.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. The stuff I was seeing them do and the, like, territorial and all kind of crazy shit. People blowing each other's shit up and yeah, it's nuts. Like fucking mafia wars and shit.
Big money. Ginseng.
Now I'll have to watch that fucking show. No, I'm not watching it. I'm not. I saw about 10 minutes like, oh, well, crazy, and walked out. That's usually what I do with those kind of things. It has to be something really interesting for me to get into it. And that wasn't it yet. Well, I guess I'll shut up. We're about to do a break.
Yeah, it is that time. So I thought I was.
What you got?
This is some real horse shit. There, now let's try. Now that it's unmuted. Why sure? This is a song called H is For.
What? I know that, dude.
And this is by Shadow Band. Stick around. We'll be right back. Second half.
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. What I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
And welcome back. First half of the second half ish of the Ironworks. Right here on freeworld.fm. Also streaming it live on YouTube and Rumble on the ironrealmmedia.
Look at us go.
Look at us go.
You guys ever hear of a asteroid quake?
I mean, no.
Yeah, I never heard of one either.
I mean, I guess when Ben Affleck and them were running across that asteroid, it was shooting up all them geysers. Does that count?
That could, I guess. So Earth's upcoming close encounter with an asteroid could cause an asteroid quake.
Oh, you mean an earthquake caused by an asteroid, not an asteroid quake? Because to me, an asteroid quake would be a shaking asteroid that would be rumbling and tectonicking. What tectonicking?
I think you're right. I don't think they're talking about us feeling it here on Earth. I think they're talking about us reshaping the asteroid as it passes by Earth because of Earth's gravity well pulling on it. So I think you're right there, Walter. Most asteroids will pass Earth and cause no troubles to us. But in 2029, we will pass the hazardous asteroid 99942 Apophis so closely that it could reshape the asteroid's surface. Blah, blah, blah. It was named after the Egyptian god of destruction, yada, yada, yada. Although it is smaller than a tenth of the diameter of the asteroid that all but wiped out the dinosaurs. Goodness. Yada, yada, yada. But it is Apophis itself that experts believe will face some serious damage when it comes close in 2029, experiencing what would be called an earthquake on our planet. Yeah, so you were right, Walter. Apophis, once the force of our gravity will cause it to shake so violently that rocks and dust may fly off its surface.
And that's what we call an earthquake here on Earth? Am I confused? Like, I thought that tectonicking was going on here on Earth. Like, that wasn't just a word Walter completely made up. It was based in some reality. So is that what it's saying? These seismographs and seismometers really don't measure the movement of the tectonic plates as they come together and move apart, causing earthquakes. It's really, the fault lines and all that's just complete bullshit. It's all just measuring vibrations.
Regina's beautiful cousin Loretta would think so anyway.
Well, there is some debate. But, this is about how far away it would take, how close to the Earth the asteroid would have to be to cause an asteroid quake to occur. Oh my goodness. They say it's anywhere between 3 to 16 Earth radii. But there are some longer term effects that might take place. Like in the change in the asteroid's axis of rotation. It's not spherical and rotates at different rates on 2 different axes. We're getting ready to mess this asteroid up.
Wait. Trying to wrap my head around 2 different races spin on 2 different axes. Okay, I'm calling shenanigans on this one.
Get him, Walter.
You're just not smart enough to figure it out. That's all.
I know. Trust me.
Mapped it all out.
Just trust the science.
Science.
Yeah, I'm Shark Tank. Yeah, and I'm tectonic.
Tonic. What else is going on? I read something about NVIDIA saying you can only stream 100 hours. I didn't know NVIDIA was a streaming something or other.
Uh-huh. It does a whole overlay thing on your screen. There's like, macro keys. If you press the magic combination, it'll pop up and you can take a screenshot or start streaming because it like separates the game footage for you and it does all sorts of stuff for people that stream their gaming shit.
Okay.
No offense, Nemo.
You get 100 hours a month now, unless you want to pay more.
Sounds about right. Jesus Christ, everything's subscription service based these days.
I know.
Including farming.
Uh-huh, that's what I saw.
What?
Yeah. Apparently, a farmer now is saying they aren't allowed to grow their own seeds. Like it's illegal for a farmer to grow their own seeds. They have to have a subscription to a seed company that supplies their seeds to them. They pay for the right to plant the seeds.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of farmers really upset about that back in the day when Monsanto was doing that. Like
Oh,
you
they're right
sign
up in
a
it.
dotted line and you don't read all the fine print, and you find out that you can't use these seeds ever again. You get to plant them once, and then you have to come back and buy more seeds from Monsanto. Because if you try to replant those, it's not going to grow up as corn or soybeans anymore. It's going to be this weird mutated thing that we can't.
They can even get in trouble for cross-pollination that isn't like part of the plan.
Oh, yeah. No, they've taken other farmers' land because their pollen flew across the street.
What the fuck?
The other plants. And yeah, like that's that farmer's fault.
Mama, he's breathing my air.
Yeah. No, the stuff that the farmers around here have been going through over the last few decades is ridiculous. It's either you shut up and play along or you're going to get run out. That's just how it seems to be. The ways of old farming are really beyond being put on the back burner now. It's like they're being eradicated. Yeah, there's so much that needs to change.
Apparently, the fucking seed companies can come onto your property, dig up your plants, and check the genetics at will. This is fucking nuts. I had not heard any of this.
Yeah, Monsanto might as well just be the government with all the allowances that they're, like you said, it's not trespassing. They're allowed to come onto your property and destroy your property to do a test on it.
It's not like you have to use those seeds. Just if you want to stay competitive in the market.
Yeah.
If you want to compete with the farms around you, then you're going to have to go ahead and subscribe. Just turns out some multi-billionaire bought up all the farmland around you and is subscribed and is driving the market with the price of these subscription-based seed services. Because guess who owns the fucking seed companies too? Oh, like I'm just outside St. Louis, and St. Louis was the world headquarters for Monsanto, and also a huge state for farming of corn and soybeans. So it's always been a struggle here.
Yeah. Oh, that chick's name up on the ISS is Sunita Williams. She did the Bride of Frankenstein hair back in the day. The astronaut who suffers alarming weight loss and whom NASA is trying to help. The astronaut's thinness triggered a NASA race to help her gain weight during her stay. Why not just send her home?
Or, send her a couple extra tubes of meat goo to suck on, I guess. Oh, that came out all wrong.
So she's been there since June and has lost weight significantly since arriving at the ISS. She's 59 years old, and the space traveler is extremely emaciated. Emaciated?
Yes, emaciated.
Sunken cheeks and noticeably thinner. She's on that stupid drug. I mean, look at all these people that are taking this drug and they look like her. Faces sunken in. You can see their cheekbones. But this is
But they've dropped 5 clothes sizes, Zach. They look sexy, don't they? Yeah, I know. I don't get it. Don't get it.
Yeah, concerns are raised about the physical toll of prolonged space travel. We lost a lot of weight with sunken cheeks. Like, shouldn't it be like the very next thing that you can get home? She should be sent out of there.
No, you know how long they can distract people concerning themselves with the poor, skinny little Bride of Frankenstein? I was just wondering that too, Ian. How did they weigh her in space anyway?
Well, did they give a weight for her? Or did they just say, well, she looks emaciated? Maybe she's getting a fat ass. Did you ever think about that?
Williams was unable to keep up with the high-calorie diets the astronauts must consume. Then send her home.
She's got space anorexia? Is that what this is? She's only consuming 3,000 calories a day?
3,500 to 4,000 cal. Now it's dropped a bit. Just to maintain their current weight. And when you start to fall behind, your weight drops quickly.
And why would that be?
Because the gravity affects our metabolism, apparently, they're saying. Right. They must
It's not in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, not in the Indian Ocean. They have to exercise for more than 2 hours a day to maintain their muscle mass and bone density, burning even more calories. Those bodybuilders are eating like these people. And they're working out for like 8 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day. But to gain weight, she would have to undergo a diet of up to 5,000 calories a day. The effects of space travel are more severe in women than in men, as they lose muscle mass at faster rate than male astronauts. Sounds like space is sexist.
Sounds like
Space misogyny.
They began working with her about a month ago to help her gain weight, after images of her physical condition caused worldwide concern about her health.
See?
Worldwide.
This is what it is. Think of all the dogs and cats and rabbits and shit they've launched up into space. They don't give a fuck if it comes back alive or dead. They just want the data afterwards. That's what they're really interested in. They don't give a shit about the actual animate objects that they send up there. Oh, fuck. Well, the rest of the world saw pictures of her. I guess we better fucking do something. Whatever. All right. On your market, set, go. It's a race. Let's spend the next month. We got to hurry up. Whatever. Yeah. Now we'll pretend to give a shit. Whatever. Fucking internet. If it weren't for the internet, there would be no worldwide pressure, you see, on NASA to do something about this poor astronaut up there starving herself to death with space anorexia.
They're saying she's not scheduled to come home until February.
You reckon they've got, I'm sure they've got to have protocol for if one of them dies. Like they got a morgue up there in the ISS?
they wrap them in a space sheet and shoot them out the airlock. Can't you watch movies? Come on.
Well, that just doesn't seem very practical, especially in regards to the families. Like, it seems like at least for a temporary storage, you just drag them out the back. Like, tether them off. Like, totally wrap them up. You don't want to just, like, wrap a rope around their ankle, but, like, put them in a bag and just throw them out the back.
Like Aunt Edna.
Yeah.
Just strap her on top.
Strap her right on top. Find out where that leaky hole is and put her in front of it.
Oh, geez.
Now that's American ingenuity right there. Improvise, adapt, and overcome.
California drivers brace for possible gas price hike after state regulators approve tighter climate standards. Good Lord, how much more can you charge them for gas out there? You think this has to do with all the stuff Trump and all his people are saying? Getting rid of electric vehicles and the whole zero emission thing?
Well, apparently Mr. Alan Tran over there on the Ticker Talker has put his view across on good old electric Teslas. And he points out that the true cost of owning a car isn't just affected by the gas, but what the driver has to spend on maintenance. And he went from spending tens of thousands of dollars on repairs over just a few years on their previous car to only spending $600 on 2 tire replacements. Wait, what happened? How much? I can put 4 tires on my car for under $600, I'm pretty sure.
And now if you buy them new, depends on how big the tires are and all that.
I guess.
And the ratings.
And
Yeah.
if they're electric or not.
I mean, I just spent $900 on a set of 4.
Well, apparently the longer you own your Tesla, the more money you save. So we're almost losing money not having one, I'm just saying. Oh, and I lost the game twice now. There's apparently a flat black painted fucking Tesla truck running around Lafayette. We saw it last night or Monday night, Saturday night. Shit.
That's the one I lost to as well. That goofy ass flat black one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably not the same one. What did you just say, Zach?
You guys beat me at least. I saw mine a couple months ago.
Way back, I remember.
I've seen 2 of them so far, and they were both out there on the highway by the airport. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. They look smaller in real life than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like, Canyonero, Ford Excursion with type stuff, but it doesn't look as big as I thought it would.
For all that weight, you'd think there would be more to it.
Yeah, apparently there's a bunch of them sitting around. This one guy was talking about how it broke down before they even delivered it to him.
It broke down on the truck?
Yeah, like the truck stopped working before he even got it. The red screen of death, they're calling it. Like the red ring of death in the old
Xbox. What's up?
Xbox. Now they have the red screen of death.
So what you have to do is you take a towel and you wrap it around your Tesla car. And you take a hairdryer and you blow it on it for a long time until it heats up that chip and it settles back into that spot and that goes away. What was the other one? Ice? Was it ice that you did? Something in a bag and ice? And I don't know. They were all kind of fixes, quote unquote, for the old ring of death. So
That was the
out
worst
these Tesla
system I
people.
ever had. Worst system ever made. Xbox 360. I had to have it refurbished twice.
Well, I bought whatever that was they offered at the time with it, like some kind of backup plan. Maybe that was only at Best Buy or whatever. But somewhere when I got mine, I got that with it because of all the trouble we'd had with the original Xbox. So every time I had trouble with mine, what was that? Okay, well, I'll stop it. Sorry, cats. But yeah, every time I had trouble, I either got replaced or fixed or whatever for free. I never had to pay again. So that was cool.
Yeah, I never had to pay for it, but I had to sit there without it for a month.
Yeah.
Send it in. Yeah. No, they tried to make me pay for it. After the first one, it was like 3 weeks, not even a month. I was like, hey, I need to send this back. It's doing it again. Oh, well, it's not under warranty anymore because it's refurbished. I was like, you refurbished it. Well, I was mad. That was when I went like full Karen mode. I need to speak to your manager.
Oh, yeah. You got to sometimes.
I was like, dude, I spent thousands of dollars on this system already, and it's not even a year old. I was like, I can go give all my money to PlayStation if you want. Like, I've been gaming forever. I was like, this is unacceptable. You're telling me it's going to be $100 to fix it now after you just allegedly fixed it for this issue and it lasted 3 weeks? No, not acceptable. And I got like a year's free subscription to Xbox Live and all. They gave me a couple extra things with it. I was mad. Nope, Nintendo 64, best system ever made. In my opinion, as far as reliability and durability and all that stuff. Because giving these to children is just a dumb idea.
That's what I was laughing at. What a selling point durability needs to be on video game consoles.
Yeah, it really does. So important when you're dealing with children. That $70 video game turns into not even a paperweight. One scratch on it. Just in the right spot. Yeah. Nope. The Nintendo 64 was probably my favorite. Sega was pretty good too. I never had any issues with my Sega. Nintendo, Super Nintendo was a pretty good one. The first Nintendo, we were young, you know.
We didn't know. You just breathe on it and you stack another cassette on top of that one and it stays down. And yeah, there is workarounds.
There were workarounds with it. But yeah, we definitely had our issues with it for sure.
We learned IT as young adults. That's good.
Stick another game in there. That'll hold it in place. It looks like we did it, gentlemen. Another one.
Oh, wow. Is it really the last break? Yeah.
We done blowed through the last break.
Hanging out. Yeah. In spite of it being a Monday.
Right?
Shit, I may start getting up at 2 o'clock.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
No.
All right. Let's take our break. Thanks, everybody there in chat for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I know it's usually either early or late for most of you. But stick around because we've got one more segment coming up at the Ironworks right here on freeworld.fm. We'll be back.
The wind is blowing cold. How we lost our way tonight. How we lost our hope to sorrow. Feels like we're all alone, running further from what's right, and there are no more heroes to follow. So what are we becoming? Where did we go wrong? Yeah, oh yeah, I wanna
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Lettuce from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on The IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the IRONWORX kicking off right now. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So, I've been perusing that article you dropped there, Josh, about the gravity anomaly.
Which one? If you notice, there are two stories.
Indian Ocean. I did.
Regarding
the Indian Ocean one.
Gotcha.
So in this picture, I'll show you all on the radio real quick. We see the Earth as it is presented to us. It's a big lumpy potato. And apparently that little blue area you see there in the middle is a presence of a lighter material area there in the upper mid-mantle beneath the international, whatever. And that's what's causing what is known as a gravity low in that region. Okay, let me stop here so I can scroll through this. So I'm really trying to wrap my head around this one even more so than a little earlier. So we're told that gravity is a result of mass. And that the more mass something has, the more gravity it creates. Is that not what we're told? That's why light can't escape from spaghettification, and why bigger planets are bending the light we can use to fucking lens other fucking dots in space. All this stuff, right? Because the amount of mass causes more gravity. Am I right? Or have I been getting this wrong my whole fucking life? Hello? Anybody? No?
Nope, I believe that's the way I understand it.
Okay. So, apparently, though, contrary to logic, science, and every fucking thing we've been taught, the reason there's that little place on the Earth that has less gravity, a lessening of gravity in that area that makes two things happen. Number one, it makes that area sink into the Earth to the extent that there is a sinkhole, for want of a better word, there in the middle of the Indian Ocean. This area of low density, wait, I just scrolled past it, damn it. Damn it, where was it?
Now, why can't we see that shit from space? Like, that would be fucking awesome.
Question. Number one, wouldn't we see that? Okay, so the Earth may look like a perfect blue sphere in space. It doesn't. But that's a fucking lie. It's actually a lumpy, misshapen potato, as I showed you. Now, that is due to the non-uniform distribution of matter inside the planet. Even though we're told the aggregation of fucking space dust and space water and space fucking bullshit all coalesced into this gravity place that sucked itself together to form a goddamn ball in space. But it wouldn't do that. Normally, it would make all these lumps and all that shit unevenly, because that's how spinning and fucking attraction would work in the fucking space place. Oh my God, these idiot fucks. Anyway, okay, so sorry. Calming down. Oceans cover 71% of the Earth's ocean. So these irregularities can also affect the shape of the ocean. The geoid rises in areas where the gravity is stronger and sinks where gravity is weaker. These variations, also known as geoid anomaly, though, are caused by distribution of mass deep within the Earth. So long story short, there's so much bullshit here. The gravity hole has puzzled scientists for fucking decades now. And it's known as the IOGL, the Indian Ocean Geoid Low, which means it has a lower area of fucking gravity, is what it's saying. And yet, that sucks in the water and the tectonic plates and all that. The lack of mass in that area is what's causing this hole. What?
That's so ridiculous.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get to, is the ridiculous of this fucking money I'm sure they spent on this fucking study. And as I keep reading, it makes less sense than that even. Let's see, what was the one I really thought was great? The Earth's a potato, it's not a sphere, but we call it an ellipsoid because as the planet rotates, the middle part bulges outward. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Sorry. None of your pictures. Does that ever happen? I've measured. Anyway, so yeah, so less mass now creates a greater attraction.
Pull.
And there, in the ocean. So, in the ocean. All right, I'm done with this story.
With NASA and what they tell us. Just the exact opposite.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I just read this. Oh, no, and now everything goes out the window. So, Gosh, G-H-O-S-H, G-H-O-S-H, Gosh is his name. He acknowledged that every possible factor cannot be accounted for in their simulations trying to figure this out. That's because we do not know with absolute precision what the Earth looked like in the past. Well, I thought we could pinpoint shit down to the fucking day it happened in the past. That's what they tell us all the time, and all these other fucking articles we read about the past and the Earth and shit that happened on it. But they can get it down to a Tuesday at 6:30, pretty much. But yeah, apparently not. Apparently that's all been a lie too. All right, I'll stop.
And how does
Walt rant over
what's going on now
with magic?
So knowing what the Earth looked like in the past is gonna explain to us why this gravity works in reverse here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure I had that.
Aging software. Sure. They'll just run Earth through some aging software.
So a Cybertruck reviewer says a sponsor didn't want to be featured in his video with the vehicle. This guy's a YouTube reviewer, and he said he's considering selling his Cybertruck. He doesn't want to seem supportive of Elon Musk's controversial statements online either. Yeah, I thought there was a little bit more to it than that. So he says he's been doing YouTube for 14 years, and the Cybertruck has become a fairly important part of his business. Made a review video of the Cybertruck as a work truck and shared 3 things he loves and hates about it, yada, yada, yada. He loves the bullet-resistant exterior, steer-by-wire driving system, and the eye-catching design. But after incorporating a sponsored ad read and sending a preview of the video to the brand, Nelson said the brand didn't want to be featured alongside the Cybertruck at this time. They sent an email declining to participate in the video, citing its concerns about being associated with any Cybertruck content.
Not Tesla content or Elon Musk content, just Cybertruck specific.
He's been listening to our show.
Yeah. In his Cybertruck review video, that when Elon Musk writes controversial posts on X, such as offering to impregnate Taylor Swift, or asking why no one assassinated Kamala Harris, it can also impact the YouTuber's business. Those kind of statements are not normal. And at the moment, with my business slapped on the side, it looks like I support those kind of takes, which I most definitely do not. Yeah, and he told him that it's not just those 2 comments from Musk that he mentioned in his video. It's difficult to separate his very unique creation from his very unique political stance.
I didn't.
Very unique.
Am I confused?
Political stand.
Was there anything controversial that he said whatsoever?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like Elon Musk was busting out some hip hop rap lyrics about how he's going to impregnate her against her will. He asked, like a gentleman would. He offered. I mean, what the fuck? Seems rather straightforward, if you ask me. Beats lying and manipulating and beating around the bush, or lying to you just in order to, you know. Seems best way to go about it if that's what you're interested in. Or if that's what you think she's interested in. And then what was the other one? I don't remember, but it didn't seem controversial to me.
Asking why nobody shot at Kamala Harris.
Right. So it's not like he's calling for violence. Or
he's just asking
why.
Just asking questions.
Why has no right? Considering her opponent has been shot
Not
at
like
twice.
Gas, who said don't miss. He got in trouble, but
it's all about wording.
That's all about timing. I think that if Kyle Gass had sung that in a song, we could say, hey, it's art. I think that should be protected.
Yeah. Well, this guy tells them that he owns every other Tesla model and had never received negative reactions to the non-Cybertruck vehicles. But while driving the electric pickup, he said he's encountered instances of truck drivers rolling coal on him. They pull up beside him, hit the accelerator, and cover the vehicle in a cloud of black smoke. Now, this is other drivers experienced similarly negative interactions while driving the vehicle, including getting flipped off.
Well, it's not like gas vehicles do that.
No, those are diesel.
It's only one sort of truck that does that sort of thing.
Yeah. So he's thinking of getting a Silverado.
I thought for sure he was going for like a Cummins diesel.
He said the vehicle, the Cybertruck, has poor visibility in snowy or rainy weather. And this guy's from Utah, where he said snow's quite common. It can accumulate on the headlights. And the headlights can shine directly onto snowflakes as they fall, creating a Star Wars warp speed effect. Doesn't that happen with all vehicles?
Right. Well, thank God you're getting a Silverado, because that's never going to happen, says the salesman selling it to this fucking sucker.
Yeah. Oh, it has the anti-snowflake shine.
Yep. We got the specific LED bulb replacement so that it doesn't reflect light off of snowflakes.
Just don't look in the mirror. Nope.
You just got to drive carefully all the time and pretend like there's always ice out there, because you'll never know when there is or there isn't, unless you step out of your truck and realize you're surrounded in snow.
What is this? Dogma at 25. How a controversial Catholic comedy becomes practically impossible to see.
yeah, it's been that way for a minute, though. It's not a new thing.
Yeah, he received a lot of hate mail. There was groups picketing the premieres. You might struggle to actually see it today. What?
Come to my house.
Really?
I got that bitch on DVD.
No, I have it on DVD too. I've got a special edition actually that has like 4 cassettes and 4 CDs in it that has like a Bible cover on it. And yeah, it's a whole thing. I believe it even has some kind of movie coin in it, movie, the cake place or the burger place or something. I don't remember. It has some kind of stickers and shit in it. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of like what's the other one I just watched that you can't see anywhere. Damn. It's gone. I'll remember a minute. But yeah, it's, again, hold on to your fucking physical copies, people.
Wow, that's wild. It wasn't hard to see around Chicagoland area. I know that. But being down here in the Bible Belt, probably a little bit different. Yeah, I had never heard of that. Yeah, Cybertruck has sold 17,000. Weren't they supposed to make 250,000 a year? Something like that?
I don't know. I'm stuck wondering, trying to figure out just how many of those 17,000 are still on the road. Or even in the...
He said you saw quite a few of them around San Francisco.
Well, that makes sense. Straight men buy Silverados.
Yes, Regina, I did do a Freudian slip and show my age with cassettes. Thank you. I dropped the link for you there in chat, J-Bill, Valentino. I know you're having trouble with that tuning. I did too for like a 6-month period trying to figure out how to get that to sound good. And until I found those strings right there, good sir, the Alexi Leho signature set. Only that set. He's got 4 or 5 of their sets out, but that one has 10, 14, 18, 32, 44, and 56. Even Tremonti only goes to 54 on his own.
Do you
personal
know the
set.
U.S. Solar Company?
This one lets you go like super low. It's awesome. But then you can tune up to to E flat or E and be all right. Then you're only playing 10s. But yeah, it's a struggle. Playing Tremonti stuff. I know all about it, brother. Sorry, little guitar production live on the air there for y'all.
What was it? At the beginning of the year, you had to wait till like 2027 to get your Cybertruck. If you didn't have your order in, your pre-order, if you were going to order one after production started, it was going to be at least till 2027, right? Before they'd be able to get around to making yours, because there's so many people out there that want them. Well, here, less than a year later, now it takes you 10 days to order it, have it made, and delivered to your door. So that's kind of suggesting that the demand for the Cybertruck is nowhere near what they were claiming. Sorry, I just saw this. They just threw this article up to me. I wanted to get that out there. 10 days, folks. You order your Cybertruck today, you'll have it in less than 2 weeks. Now, whether or not it's going to be drivable or not, that's to be determined, apparently. Kind of a roll of the dice. No, I'm sure it's not that bad. I'm sure most of them work and all that kind of good stuff. It's just crazy to even hear that the person that bought the vehicle received a vehicle that didn't work. I mean, don't they have to like drive it to the person's house or whatnot? You would think that it would. And if something happened to it, like, hey, we broke down and the thing bricked on the way to the, then you go get another one and drive it to the person's house. You don't tell them.
And is that really how you want your vehicle delivered? With 3,000 extra miles put on it?
Yeah.
Like, I assumed that's why they had those big car hauler trucks. You know, you can hold like 8 cars on one trailer. That's why I was surprised when they said that the Tesla truck broke down on the way to being delivered. Like, what? It broke down on the truck? Oh, no, we drive it. We drive it cross country right to your door. Well, fucking thanks. Now that I've got it, I need to get an oil change and a tune up and all kinds of shit.
You'll never see me driving one around. I'll just say that.
You know what you might see me driving around in is an $8,000 Freightliner pickup truck. Now that looks like some fun.
What was that now? A what?
A pickup truck built by Freightliner, the ones that build the big rigs, apparently being sold for $8,000. Craig posted a link in the chat. I'm just sitting here watching the video play. It looks just like a little miniature rig is what it looks like, basically.
Is it a diesel?
Uh-huh. Looks like it.
What? $8,000? Dude, that's a deal for a diesel.
Air brakes? All kinds of stuff, looks like.
What?
I'm saying.
I'd be interested to see
what
that thing's made out of.
Trade my shit in tomorrow.
It'd be hilarious if everybody went back to diesel.
I'm going to drop it over here for Rumble.
And now that we have the technology, I bet diesel will do a lot better than it did back in the day. Cold weather makes such a hard time for diesel engines. And there's so many issues that come along with that, but now that we have all this tech with the new heaters and yada, 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 you just plug the thing into an outlet and it's good to go. No more starting fires under your truck to try to warm it up so it can start. Yeah, you know, a diesel filled up can go from New York to California and then start coming back in one tank. Now, to be fair, there's big that they got.
Right. To be fair, it costs $8,000 to fill up the tank.
That's a long way to go, though.
Yep. Especially if you're not driving that distance in one shot. You got a little pickup truck just tooling around town. Maybe you top off for $40-$50 every month, like you do on a regular car.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you don't have to drop a big amount to fill her up.
Yeah, those semis are amazing vehicles, man. Amazing. The amount of stuff they can get moving is just mind-boggling.
Hey, wow, we've done this thing.
Holy smokes, we have. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Man, love y'all. Sorry, we just running out of here.
Got lost on pickups.
Y'all. Thank y'all. Yeah, we did.
Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you all right back here on, I guess that is Wednesday, huh? On Wednesday morning for more of the Ironworks, right here on freeworld.fm. Until then, have a great rest of your week. Be good. Be well. Do good. Do it well. We love you. Well, some more than others. Bye-bye.
We love all of them the same.
Okay, sure.
So silly.
Have a great week. Bye-bye, everybody.